My name is Laura, I'm 18 years old, and I'm a retired model. Ever since I retired, I was thinking about sharing my knowledge with the future generations. The knowledge that I've gathered in the long time of 4 months that I was working and gaining experience. I feel like in those long 4 months of modeling, I've gathered enough experience to write a book on this subject, but I won't write a book because I am illiterate. Instead, I will make this video about the complex subject of modeling. I'm not retiring yet, but I'm just taking a little bit of a vacation. I just decided to make this little Q&A kind of thing about modeling, and I asked you to ask me questions on Instagram, and I was shocked, okay? I did not expect many questions. For me, that's a lot. And my mom didn't even need to ask me 30 questions so that I don't look stupid. Who are your biggest model inspirations / favorite models? Probably one of the most iconic models of all time, Twiggy. But then I like so many other models. I don't even know, that's like such a, but yeah, Twiggy. What is your future plan? Milan, Paris, New York. Oh yeah, of course, I'm going to Milan tomorrow, and then I'm to Paris on Wednesday, and then on Saturday I'm going to New York. Well, to be completely honest with you, as I'm trying to be on this channel, when I meet agencies from these cities, usually how it goes is like, oh, hello there, my name is Laura, here's my portfolio. Ew, this girl is ugly, ugh. Do I have to look at her pictures? Okay, I have to, okay, I will look at her shoes. Oh, her shoes are pretty nice in this picture. Yeah, I really like it. It's so much better to look at her shoes than her face. Okay, I think that's enough. Thank you very much. How have you grown from doing modeling? I feel like before going to China, I was just such a baby. And now, like, I'm still a baby, but like, I guess I'm more independent now because I've always lived with parents like my whole life. Obviously because I was underage, but now I'm not, but still. China and Japan comparisons. Basically, I had very different experiences in China and Japan. Mainly, I think because the circumstances themselves were like very different. I was with a small agency in China where they only had a few people working there, and then they had like 6 models in town that they were managing, which is not a lot. In Japan, I was with like a big agency and like a pretty famous agency in Japan. There were way more people in town. So yeah, in China for me, I felt like controlled by my agency, which is a good thing because it was my first trip. And then in Japan, I felt more free. I could do a lot of things. In China and Japan, you go to castings with your booker in the agency. Well, I don't know, maybe it depends on the agency, but in China for me, if I had a job, they call me a car and they drive me to the place. And then in Japan, well, in Tokyo, you have to go to jobs on your own. You can basically get lost, and yeah, that happened to me one time. And also the work itself was kind of different. I feel like in China everything is more fast-paced, like in the photo shoots. For example, you're doing a catalog and you have like to do like 100 looks, so you change very fast and you pose very fast. It's just a lot more like intense, I guess. I didn't have that in Japan. It's usually like kind of more normal. Weight loss pressure. That's a topic that I could talk a lot about. Actually, one of the first videos that I posted on this channel was about like how I lost weight to become a model. First of all, if you haven't seen it, don't watch it because I look like a potato. Also, I don't know how it is actually the most viewed video on my channel by far. What I think at the moment, yeah, there's definitely a lot of weight loss pressure. Sometimes it is pretty fair because like the industry is competitive. You either have to have like all the requirements and everything, or you have to like get into the industry some other way. I wanted to know if you have a new plan on going modeling abroad. I'm kind of taking a little break from that because 4 months. No, well actually it's my school. Yeah. In fact, I'm 18 and I'm still at school. This year is gonna be my last year. Maybe something unexpected will happen, I don't know, but after school, I think so. Are you on a calorie deficit? I don't count calories, so I don't even like know, but I think not. How do you stay in shape? Well, you should just eat healthy, like don't eat sugar and stuff like that, and also work out. I think that's like the most healthy way to do it, because if you go on like crazy diet, you will lose weight very fast, but then like you won't be able to sustain it. I know myself from my own experience. Were the agencies in Asia very strict about measurements? I thought they were going to be, because in both of my contracts that I had with the agencies in Asia, they both said they would measure you every week. If you gain weight, your measurements are bigger, then they will stop giving you pocket money. But that never happened. They never measured me. So I think those like kind of statements in the contract are just like a warning for you. You are supposed to be like these specific measurements, and usually those measurements are the ones that you wear when you came into the agency. So you just have to like keep the same measurements. What's your favorite photo shoot? I had some pretty cool ones in Japan, but overall like my favorite kind of photo shoots are very natural ones. I don't really like a lot of makeup. Well, sometimes it's cool. You can see yourself with these like crazy hair, makeup, clothes and stuff. But I usually like the more natural ones. Do you speak Chinese now? Yes. Ni hao! How to stand out so agencies want you? I feel like in the beginning, at least, it's all about the looks. Like your height, it's your measurements, and obviously it's your face. Basically, that's all that matters, I would say. When you have like some experience, you have something in your portfolio, like some magazines or like some editorials, then they're looking at your portfolio, what you have done, and maybe like they're used to your personality and stuff. But I feel like in the beginning, it's like all about how you look. If there's like a model scout or an agent watching this video, they probably want to kill me right now. What's the type of diet that you follow? I try to avoid sugar and I try to avoid white flour. If I succeed, that's great. If I don't, that's okay. Do you work out? Yes, I do work out pretty much every day. I do Pilates and I run. Recently, I've been so obsessed with Bloggy Lattice YouTube channel. I do all of the workouts, and some of them I've been doing for like a month. Sometimes when I watch those videos and like do the workouts, I know like every single move, and I sometimes work out and lip sync to her words. That's creepy. Is there anything that you don't like at your job? There are so many things I don't like. Castings, and especially when you have a lot of castings in one day, you just like, yeah. There's a lot of waiting. Everybody cares about like how big your butt is and like how much fat you got on your arms. I don't know. How and why did you start modeling? I was scouted by my agency when I was like 13, almost 14. Yeah, I was just scouted, and then I didn't do anything up until I turned 18. But why I started, I don't really have a reason. Now, some people were asking how is like modeling in Asia different from modeling in Europe, and I've never modeled in Europe. Yeah, for now. What was the thing that you were most anxious about when you went to Asia? I've never been out of Europe before, so that was really scary. When I arrived in China, like in the airport for the first time, they had to like scan my fingerprints. Oh, airports were pretty intense. Hardest thing working in this industry? I would say that the hardest thing for me is handling rejection, but I feel like I've kind of learned to like handle it pretty well. But at first it was like, Mom, I'm not beautiful. How do you know your angles? Well, usually when you have like some of your first photo shoots, the photographer will just tell you what to do, how to turn your face and stuff like that. In the later shoots, you can use those things. Yeah, basically photographers will definitely give you advice. Have you paid for some shoots, like in the beginning, to start your portfolio? In the absolute beginning, no. It doesn't really matter if you pay it yourself or your agency pays for it, because if your agency pays for it, they will get their money back once you start earning something. Did you pay anything for any of your trips to Asia? When it comes to like planes, to traveling, to cars, whatever, you don't pay for that, because it's like an investment for an agency to bring you into their country. They take all the risks. Like if you don't earn money, like normal good agencies won't try to take money from you. Like, well, at least I hope that it's this way. Do you have an agency that you really want to sign with? If I would have to sign with an agency, I would just want to sign with an agency who wants to sign with me. Advantages and disadvantages of modeling. So I think advantages are that you get a lot of experience at a young age. You will learn to be kind of more independent, and also you get to travel. Like, that's the best part. And disadvantages, I guess it's all the weight loss, body image stuff. So how did you find your mother agency? Basically, so I was 13, I didn't know any agencies, and I didn't even, honestly, I don't think I knew what a modeling agency was. I was just walking with my mom one time. We went to like a coffee shop or something, and we saw a poster. I don't really remember how it went, but I think like she told me like, do you want to go to this casting, like to see this agency? So at the time it was the only agency I knew. How many people are behind the scenes of any one photo shoot? So it depends, but usually I would say like 10 maybe. But sometimes there are those photo shoots where like there are like 20 people, but like half of them aren't doing like anything. They're just going there, taking the food, maybe sitting at a table, eating food. I don't know, maybe they're like owners of a brand or something. What was your first shoot like? Da, 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 da. I don't know if you can tell. I was 14. Yeah, I was 14. That was like my first ever first ever photo shoot. So yeah, that was me at 14. What's the best part about modeling? The traveling. Did you get lots of work as soon as you got signed? Absolutely not. I waited 5 years. But yeah, once I like got in shape and was like ready to work, yeah, I did get contracts. Biggest challenges so far: all the weight loss measurements stuff. That's kind of a challenge. How do you find the right agency for modeling? I guess just Google, I think. Make sure that it's like a legit agency, not something sketchy. You can even try to DM some girls that you know are in this agency on Instagram. Check out if they have any models that are successful, if they have a website, and does it look as if it was made in the 90s, or if it's like a proper website. Did I like China or Japan more? Modeling wise, because this is a Q&A about modeling, I liked modeling in Japan more, but maybe it's because of like I already had a little bit more experience. Are you from Russia? Do you know how to speak Russian? Я не из России, я из Литвы. И я не очень хорошо говорю по-русски. Advice for aspiring 14-year-olds who want to be models. First, maybe just try to find a nice, trustworthy, like not a sketchy agency. They will do some like test shoots on you, which could be pretty fun. Just see if you like it. Get used to like eating healthy, exercising. Don't try to like lose weight or anything. Just don't do that. You're like young, you will damage your health. Don't drink, don't smoke, because then you will stop growing. The most important advice I would say is just don't rush, because you are still young, you have a lot of time, and everything happens at their own pace. How do you handle the stress and pressure of the modeling industry? That's something that I definitely need to learn, and that's something that all of you peoples who are watching this and who are thinking to start modeling or have already started, yeah, you need to learn that, but I don't know how. So how do you practice your catwalk? Turning on this like runway music and just like yeah. And the last question is probably the best question to end this Q&A. Do you recommend modeling? It depends, but yes, if you have an opportunity, try it out. If you don't like it, you can quit, but try it out. Why not? I feel like I've never talked so much in one sitting in my life. Thank you very much for leaving all of those nice questions and nice comments. I love you. Bye, 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 bye.